Evil spirits has in that room.
I can shut that freaking door. Excuse me if I cuss. I'm gonna
It's
try
okay.
to
It's okay.
But I can shut that door and stay out here and be completely at peace with a hearth fireplace going in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, just comfort.
Do y'all have air?
It's. Are you hot?
Are you going to get air? No, I was just one curious.
So we were supposed to get air. The church was supposed to provide that. The deacon of the church was going to purchase them. The church was going to pay him back, but because I basically refused to be intimate with the deacon of the church, we're not getting air anymore. So, yeah.
And this probably was built for the pastor because the church owned it or still?
It's still owned. Yeah, they still own it. Yes. We were members of that church up until a few
What kind of church is it?
It's a Baptist church.
Alright, hey everybody. I am back with y'all again on another adventure. This time we are helping some sisters. And they desperately need our help. This is Donna.
Hey guys.
She is out of the hospital and healing very well. So I finally drug her out of the house. If I could get her away from her mama long enough. Her mama's been babying her.
For a whole month.
So her mama won't even let her stay at her house alone at night. So anyway, we'll fix that, won't we?
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Alright, I want to introduce y'all to my friend Shauna. She's the one that got in touch with me and asked me to come over and see if we can help what's going on. I don't know yet if it's the house or our sisters here. So we'll have to figure that out. And this here is Christian, and she's my main focus right now because you know how I am. When I get this feeling about somebody or something, I'm headstrong and I want to figure it out. So she's my main focus right now. I haven't even really spoke with Shauna yet about anything or everything that's going on with her, but we'll get to that too. But right now we're here because they are troubled by some things. Christian's troubles are more of within herself. What's going on with her inside. They both caught a shadow figure of some sort out of the corner of their eye several times in the home. I'll just let them tell you guys what's actually been going on. But whoever wants to talk first.
I don't know where to begin.
Yes, you do. You are strong.
Okay, so, wow.
So you can tell us.
Which room do you see or feel the most?
Okay, the room that I feel the most out of is probably the room that we're sitting in. But I feel the most comfort, the most warmth, the most protection in this room. I feel that maybe there's other reasons because those doors close and this can be blockaded off. And all these, and at one point I did have my mattress and everything that I loved dear in this room as protection. So that could be it. But before I even said anything about that, she said that this room just feels comforting to her. It's home.
It's very comfortable.
And with our drug history and our trauma history, neither one of us have really felt a home in many years. So, other than that, I mean.
Okay, so this room is more of the safe.
Yes.
Safe haven.
The
Yes.
safe place.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, when you, the most, which by what you've told me earlier, and I'll go ahead and, because we have been talking a little bit earlier, your most disturbing is the bedroom.
Yes. When I've seen the shadow people, it's always been in this room. Well, this one or this one, I guess.
Okay, well, this room,
But-
if you've seen the shadow, it could be the angels to letting you know that they're here for protecting you and watching you and covering you.
Okay.
And that is
But because of the fact that it
because
makes
this
you
is
angry
right
or scared when it happens.
Yeah, it's just more of a, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then it just goes away. It's not like.
but also when it happens or when they come to you, it could be letting you know that, look, I'm still here protecting
Yeah.
you. But they're letting
Give
you
you
know,
comfort.
basically they're letting you to keep you the comfort side.
So that must be why it's not there's a monster under my bed feeling.
No,
When we sense something, it's it does alert us, but then it's okay.
right.
Thank you.
Childlike.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Okay. And what's your experience been? Rooms or whatever?
Rooms, I'm basically comfortable in the entire house. This front room weirds me out a little bit. I don't know why, and then it's not every day, it's just every once in a while I'll go past it or go out the front door and just get a weird
feeling.
prickly on the back of your neck feeling. And I have more trouble just waking up odd hours. So.
Yeah, and she wakes up around 2:30
About
every
2:30.
morning, just before the witching hour, of course. But she's been awakened, I might say, by sadness. By sadness.
Yes.
To where she'd been crying in her sleep, and she woke up crying.
And I didn't understand.
And she, woke up confused to why she was actually doing that. So, in her bedroom's in the next room here, not this one, but that way. So, I'll show y'all the house here in a little bit if they don't mind.
No, that's fine.
But they are very spiritual people and very strong-willed people. Me and Donna both we're overwhelmed with energy. Willed people. Me and Donna both we're overwhelmed with energy that they're putting off onto us. So, I just got chills just sitting here. But I hope hopefully we'll have more to show y'all. We will be doing a full investigation before. Shauna had asked me to come over and do a cleansing. But before that, we've got to find out what we're dealing with and how to handle it and what prayers to say and how to bless the home. So, y'all stick around. It's going to be a while.
Gonna be interesting.
And it says I look stupid or ugly with these glasses.
What?
Donna, you can jump in here whenever you want. I know you're getting the same feeling I am. But, I don't even think this is telepathic. I think this is straight from God. Because I just feel it all over me. And, I haven't got nothing off of you right now. I'm being honest with you. I have nothing right now. But with her, she's so energy. She's just flowing through everything. And, it's just got my heart beating. My heart's fluttering. You feel it? Your only demon that you've had that's messing with you is drugs and loss. You know that the people that did you wrong and treated you awful, you know that they were wrong. And that you were in the right. They did you wrong. And it wasn't your fault.
I know that if drugs wouldn't have been involved, none of it would have ever happened. I do know that 100%.
But like I told you earlier, drugs are a way that demons can get in. Because, alright, this is how I feel about drugs. You've seen all the horror shows. I know you're a horror fan, but anyway, that right there shows you that when demons get in you, even with the possession of the true story about that little girl, actually it was a little boy. They made it, in the movie they made it a little girl, but it was a little boy that got possessed. You know, Molly, I think it's Molly, what is it? Fleka? You know how people act when they're on that?
Flocka?
Yeah, Fleka.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not too educated.
Nope,
on what-
yes, I'm with you now, yes.
Alright, so that's the demons being able to control you. And that's how they do it. They get you hooked on drugs. And their plan is to get full and complete control over you.
I watched my husband go through this, and it wasn't an overnight thing. It was steady over a 7-year period. And I watched these things just take over him. And I wasn't the type to get paranoid on drugs, or, but something happened. And I don't know if I made a deal with some, I don't know what prayer I prayed. But something happened one night, and things just flipped for me. And I don't remember when it was, I don't remember what it was, but I became very mean and very angry. And it wasn't long after that my husband was arrested and taken from me.
It might be a good thing. I'm talking about your flip. Because your inner self was fighting. And you were mad because of the way your life had been.
I had lost both of them. I had lost my first son, all because of one man and his lack of tolerance for the drugs he tried to ingest. And it was almost like something more than myself and my hormones brought me to this man to protect him. Because I was the only one strong enough to do so. He's the special one. This man right here is the special one, not me. I have no clue what I see in him. My father can't see it. And my father has always been the type that, leave him. He treats you bad, just leave him. He already told me. I don't know what it is, but you're stuck with him. Deal with it. But if I have taken whatever he had upon myself, because I know I have prayed that prayer before, how do I get rid of it?
You haven't took it on. You're fighting against it.
She's took part of it on.
Just so she knows what
She's doing it. And that's where her anger and that's where you're in the battle with yourself, is because you prayed the prayer that you to take that on for you to help understand.
Which is that in turn what caused me to put them up for adoption, so I could ride the fence long enough to do what I needed to do?
No.
You put them up for adoption so you could live the life that you wanted to live
At that time.
But you did love them enough to know that you didn't want them to go through it.
You love them enough that you know that you would not be able to take care of them.
But now, do you see it?
I see it, but like I said,
You see the peace center?
yes, I see
There's
the Peace
Peace
Center,
Center.
but yes, there's Peace Center, but like I said, she prayed the prayer to help understand, and that's where her battle is, and
I
that's,
bet you didn't pray to God, did you?
Yes,
she's
Yeah.
prayed to,
I have prayed to
But
Lilith.
you prayed to Lilith.
and that's where the,
I thought that.
yes, that's where, do you see what I'm saying? She prayed the prayer to take on the burden. Does that make sense?
I do that all the time with my kids and my grandkids.
I did it with this man right here. The night
So
of
that's
our wedding.
So that's where all of the demons, am I making any sense?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And because
Lilith
she,
is the mother of the demons.
I know, but
Red
she,
hair, green eyes.
but she
I
prayed,
just dyed my hair from red. Like,
but she prayed the prayer, so she hasn't got all, she didn't get the full part of it. She got some.
Let's just say it. She made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, she made a deal,
I have slept
basically.
with 9 men since November, or since November.
Yeah.
But I mean, basically that's
You know
all.
why? Because you feel like you need to punish yourself.
Yes. You're doing it for punishment. It's,
Don't.
I haven't said a word.
bless your heart, you just sat over not doing nothing. I mean, are you okay? I mean,
I'm fine.
She has watched me because she can't do a thing. She can't. If I tell her, Shauna, stop me, she knows she can't stop me. She
Oh,
can't
I
stop me
tried
for shit.
She's too strong.
All I have to do is look Shauna dead in the eyes, and she will get out of my way. I won't have to say a word. I have no one to ground me. It is literally me just fucking shit up on my own. Excuse my language.
I bleep that out. But basically, that's all the deal. You made the deal because you did pray the prayer.
But there's a reverse.
But there is a reverse. Because that's just, I mean, that's like with anything you pray. Where people fail to realize, people says that God don't answer prayers. He answers all prayers.
And he heard you pray to her.
And he heard
He
you
is not
pray to
happy
her.
with me. Is
No,
he?
he's not. That's where you have to ask for forgiveness. And he always forgives. He's
No, you
he's a
don't.
caring-
You can't just ask for forgiveness.
Well,
You've got to prove.
To repent.
Yeah.
yes.
But you know what? The good news is, you ain't got to go to church. You ain't got to go out here and save souls. We're supposed to be soldiers for Jesus, you know.
If somebody comes to my door, I will be what I need to be, but I ain't gonna go looking for trouble.
Right. You ain't got to go out here and put a facade on as I'm Christian, you know. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's bull. I'm a Christian. I cuss daily. I smoke cigarettes. I drink. You know, I'm a Christian. Nobody can tell me any different. Because you know why? It's what I feel, not what they feel about me.
I know my God, and He knows me.
Yeah. It does.
But he wants you back solely because you did make the deal. And that part, he
does. He wants you back.
Since I've made that deal, I have gotten on my knees and I have asked for, but there's something. Okay, so the night when I tell you that my husband performed an exorcism on me, it was him and I working together 100%. There was
Were y'all sober?
no, we were not.
Okay, that's why.
I know there's lots of statistics and stereotypes on what I experienced that night. it was supposed to be marijuana, and it wasn't.
It was laced.
I don't know what it was, but my husband took 2 puffs off of it out of a stone pipe, and he waited a second. It was cool, so he told me to hit it, and as I lit it and hit it, he said, "Baby, wait." Done. And I experienced something that I never want to experience again. People have their stories of how they go to heaven. When they die, they see Jesus, they see this, they see the light. I went to hell. I went to hell. What my eternity would be. And my whole body wasn't burning, but my head sure as fuck was. And apparently, to try to kill the pain, I took as hard as I could, and I reared back and I hit the edge of a wooden cabinet right down the middle of my forehead. And it did knock me out, and I reared back to do it again, and my husband pushed me off the bed. And then it wasn't too long after that, he was telling me who to confess my love to. And the only name I would answer to was Lilith. He could call me by my birth name, my given name, my pet name, whatever. He would call me Lilith, and I would look at him, and I would respond.
Did you say something about your eyes? Or do y'all remember that?
I mean, I had times when my eyes would glow.
And they have turned black.
Not that I'm aware of, and not that he has said. They have turned the darkest, deepest green. Creepily.
What's your natural color?
Green. But yeah, not that I'm aware of, have they ever turned black.
And she ain't went that far.
No, she ain't went that far.
As he was telling me who to confess my love to, I couldn't get it out of my mouth. And he told me, I don't remember this, but he told me that when we lived in a camper at the time, that I walked through the camper like a crab, backwards on my hands and feet. I don't remember that, but what I do remember was, as I was trying to spit out the words, "I love Jesus," I couldn't get the name out of I couldn't get none of it out of my mouth. And as I was trying to say it, I just projectile vomited. And as I was just spewing, I was pissing everywhere. All of the camper bathroom floor. Both ends. And I remember my husband screaming, "Get it out, get it out." And I said, "I love Jesus." And I coughed something up, and my husband caught it and spit on it and washed it down the sink, and I heard it go down the drain. But I felt another one, and it felt like a crab in my throat. Mind you, I don't remember walking like a crab, but that is what it felt like in my throat when I explained it. And I had no more energy, I had no more nothing to get this, whatever was inside of me up. And I feel like that's where I'm stuck.
You didn't never cough it up again?
Not the second one. The first one, yes, not the second one. The night that my husband and I were married, there was a gentleman. We were in rehab. We got married at the church in rehab. There was a gentleman there named Monster. And he had been telling my husband about lichen or lichen and eatskill. And this kid just kept telling my husband about his uncle's lichen or lichen, however he would say it, and eatskill. And my husband thought it was weird, so he started writing it down in a journal. Well, the night that we got married, the pendulum on the back of this kid's neck was spinning. I was sober. I had been sober for 2 months.
How old is this kid?
How old is Monster?
Monster, he's like 23 or 24. He's grown.
20s to early
Yeah.
30s, probably. But the pastor, when he went up to the altar, I mean, he started getting real uncomfortable. And this was after the wedding. And the pastor stood up and, you know, he was putting hands on everybody, but he couldn't touch him. He couldn't touch him. So he stood up and he started preaching, anything that's not la-di-da-di-da, get out of this church, la-di-da. Monster couldn't find the door to get out. He couldn't get out. And finally, when he found the exit, my husband bolted after him and touched him. And about 3 hours later, I had sex with my husband. After my husband touched Monster, he was somewhat okay. He had calmed down. He got kicked out of the rehab regardless. But from what I was told and what I believe, my husband took those demons upon himself. Like in an It's Kill. Like in It's Kill. When my husband and I made love that night, I took them upon myself. When my husband and I made love that night, I took them upon myself. I expelled
Was you
one
aware of it?
No, not until way afterwards when I realized, holy shit, I did that.
Was it? Y'all had sex before.
Yes, but not when we gave ourselves back to Christ. Stopped drugs. We were at Center of Hope for a month. We were at this other place for a month. So we had 2 months sober and we had given ourselves back to Christ. And so that's why I 100% believe when he touched this kid, he did it out of sheer love and concern, which sucked it out of him. And when him and I made love, I took it from him.
Yeah, take completely. He shared it with you.
I saw him.
Okay. Dear God, thank you for your faithfulness and protection. Thank you for taking care of our families and sending your son to die on the cross for us so that we could be in relationship with you. Now, we thank you for being present with us, for making this home a place of
Draw the line. That's where when you're doing that, because that's what the good Lord wants you to
Yes.
Yeah.
do. Even if you have to, even if they don't
He
say it.
said, at judgment, he's going to say, where were you
When I needed you.
When I was in prison, you didn't come visit me. When I was in the hospital, you didn't come visit me. You didn't feed me when I was hungry. You didn't give me a drink when I was thirsty. Those people need us.
But when that happens,
I get angry
You know
with
what
those
your solution
motherfuckers.
is?
I get angry with
but
them.
you shouldn't get angry with
But
that.
I've been there.
Yes,
All
you've
it
been there.
takes is, honestly, it took me rehab.
But
Well-
some people don't see that. Some
Hold on.
people has rehab uses that as an excuse.
It took me
people don't
getting
have
raped and trying to kill myself and then rehab.
Some people
So
don't have enough reason
To
to get out of it.
you have to have that's what you have to have your own willpower, and you do.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not telling you to turn your back on them.
we can't force them to have willpower. So that's what
No,
I was
we
thinking.
can't. That's
What
what-
if-
All we can do is nurse them.
If
I
the
was-
same person comes to my door 3 times a week for the same thing, do I still provide to them?
Don't be a fool.
Don't be a fool.
Don't be a fool. Because you know.
No.
Because you know what you did. You stole
Yes,
to
I
get
did.
your drugs.
Yes, I did.
You lied to
Yes,
get your
I
drugs.
did.
You would take from your own mother.
I gave them
So
away.
with these people. So with these people.
I'm not telling you to be a fool, because the good Lord took.
There's a time to shut the door.
Yes. that's where it's lingering.
All right, let's
We still recording? Stop Hey. The baby said hey.
These are cool. Yeah, it don't matter what you listen to me. Stop talking. You don't have no authority over me. I have authority over you. Jesus said that I could step on you with my foot. And if you don't answer everything that I tell you to answer, then I will step on you. I want to know who it is and how many are there that keeps messing with my friend and my sister in Christ, Christian. And I want you to tell me now. First of all, tell me your names. Names, I want names.
Can't help you think.
Names.
Who was the dude that keeps saying I can't help you think? Cindy asked the name of it.
What do I need to do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I am going.
There's a dude that is in here and he can't
He thinks he has control.
control and I can't help you think, and he won't tell us who his name is.
I can't follow that
Yeah.
at all.
You can't follow it.
And there's so much, it just,
And then there's a baby that keeps saying, I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah, there's a child.
okay.
There's a child.
I've had 2 abortions, and I've also had 4 miscarriages.
I've had a miscarriage.
Okay, well that's where the babies is coming in at then.
Okay. I thought I had a
So it's not them.
What? No, they're one that said, the babies' voices that you kept hearing.
I couldn't hear no babies, like I can't hardly follow it all. There's too much. I'm not a multitasker.
Well, there is babies' voices in here that kept saying, I'm here, I'm here.
I heard
Are
baby.
Are you sure this wasn't a doctor's office at some
I'm
point?
positive it was in the doctor's office. It's the babies' voices.
It was part of the church.
Our babies then?
So, they're here. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We couldn't, then that man's voice kept saying, that kept coming over, that,
I can't hear
That
baby.
man's
You can
voices.
talk with us through this. So, we want names.
Please tell me who your name is.
who's here? Who?
Who's home? You're home?
Who am I talking to? Why'd you quit talking?
It's us.
Who's us?
We need some names. I command you to tell us your name, demon. Demon.
Demon.
What's your name? Enoch.
Who's Enoch?
Enoch was a man of God. You cannot portray to be him. Tell me your real name. What name did your father give you?
What is your name? We demand a name.
No, we're not getting back. You step up. What demon is here? Name. Hey.
Hey,
Who is this? I'm still waiting. Third one. Tell us your name, demon.
in Jesus' name we demand it.
We know you're here. In Jesus Christ of Nazareth's name, I demand you to tell us your name right now. Who? Man.
We know it's a man.
Demons are not men.
This demon is
They're
though.
not men.
What are they?
They're nothing.
This one is trying to fool us.
They're
Is that why it keeps becoming a man and a woman and
Yes, it's
a child and
Yeah.
it's trying to manipulate us. Is what it's trying to do.
We're not falling for it.
why don't you tell us your name?
And what so?
Why won't they tell us his name?
Because it wants us to fall for it.
Why don't you run in the contract? Running their name shows dominion over it.
Then they have to leave.
Yeah, they have to leave.
That's why we keep saying. That's why we repeat in Jesus' name. Because
We have authority over you in Jesus' name. Yes, I demand you to tell me your name.
what?
Honic.
It's giving off fake names, stupid things.
Spirit.
What about the one? Is it one of the two names that I said?
Which two?
I don't. Should I say it out loud?
Say it, yes.
Lycan or Leakin or Itzkiel? Is this who we're dealing with? Leakin? Lycan? Itzkiel?
Is that who you are? Me.
Me.
Well, you know you have no authority over us. You may have taken over this world, your father has, but we're not in it. We're not in this world. We're of this world. We are in God's name.
Do you think you have authority over me?
I do not. Well, who does?
Who?
The what? I think he said the blood. Do you know Christian? Do you know Christian? Christian.
I do.
Okay? You, come forward. Yes. Don't tell me to shut up. And he's cussing. You can't fool me. You can't fool any of us. Come forward and talk to us.
What do you want with me?